I just feel so honored and grateful to be a part of. So I'll definitely just start from my story and background and just kind of give you guys, my spiel of where I came from, how I found Herbalife, all of those things. We'll dive into like business, how I found my business on social media, and being able to give you guys a lot of tips and tricks. And yes, of course, if you have any questions, comments, anything you want to discuss, definitely drop it in the chat, and you can drop it in Slovenian or whatever language. If anyone else joins or hears this recording, we would love to just help grow each other. So I'm just so excited to be on the call, first of all. So thank you so much for having me here. My name is Taylor Parnell, and I'm originally from San Diego, California. 6 years ago, back in 2017, I moved to Israel. And I was super excited to explore and live in a different country. I really wasn't prepared for like the struggle that I was going to face, because back in the US, I had a job since I was 14. So when I came out here at 23 years old, I just found myself being at home so much that I kind of didn't know what to do with myself. And I just really started to focus on maybe not the, so positive things, more negative things. I started to face a lot of challenges that I was, kind of lonely. I was not really knowing the language because coming to Israel, I didn't know Hebrew. I am not Jewish. I don't have any family out here. So it was just one of those things that I was like, there was a few things holding me back. And on top of all of that, I couldn't get a job. And that was kind of that language barrier, which really made it hard for me to make friends, find new people. I found myself kind of alone and confused, and I didn't know how to live a life without a job. So for 2.5 years, I kind of struggled with learning how to be confident in my own skin. And this also led me being home so much. I don't know about you guys, but especially during COVID, that was something that I was like snacking a lot and not really watching what I was eating. And so I kind of found myself in a very unhealthy relationship with food. So I found myself 170 pounds, which is about 72 kilos, I believe. I was really lost with what I wanted to do in life, and I really struggled financially doing a lot of jobs that I didn't really want to do here because it was just about making an ends meet. So all of this, I was just very confused in what my passion was, what my purpose was in life. And those were some struggles and challenges that I really faced. And as we know, when we're bored, sitting at home, we tend to scroll on social media a little, maybe too much. But I'm so grateful that I was scrolling one day. I found a before and after photo on social media. And this is where Herbalife was brought into my life and really brought my life to life, I like to say. So it was something, when I saw that before and after photo, I really could relate to in the mirror. And I said, you need to make a lifestyle change for yourself. And that's where this whole journey began. I started working on myself, really giving myself, over the course of 3 months, a lot more attention, dedication, not only with my fitness, my nutrition, but also my mindset. And I think in combination with everything that, Herbalife teaches us, I really found myself in a great place where, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about my background, but I was down 40 pounds. And that's about 18 kilos. And I've been able to keep it off ever since. And so I was super proud of myself, because I knew that if I've been looking for these results for so long, that there is so many other people out there that are looking for it too, because I was like, I'm young. If I've been looking for this for so long, I'm sure other people need it too. So that's when I really made the step into becoming an Herbalife distributor. And again, I really didn't know where it was going to go and what I was going to do with it. But stepping into this business opportunity, I understood that I was going to be getting out of my comfort zone. And that first step was sharing this before and after photo. And I literally, that before photo was way hidden away in my files. Like, I did not think anyone was going to see that photo. But through confidence and through experience and seeing what I was possible and how I was able to change my body, I knew if I was so surprised by my results, there was going to be other people that knew me too. And so that's when I decided to share it on social media and not only change my life, but also decide to not be selfish and to change other people's lives. So this is was a huge step for me. Everyone who knew me knew it was hard for me to lose weight. And I was always super self-conscious. I tried a lot of bad things to my body, and nothing ever stuck with me that I could be consistent with. And I never felt, energized and good. And I was always kind of lacking or getting hangry, or just, getting jealous at everybody else who had like the skinny type of body. And this is my story, right? It's, as we know, Herbalife is not all about just losing weight. I mean, the energy, the, gaining weight, the muscle, the toning, the personal development, the community, and everything like that. So like I said, for me, when I struggled growing up, I literally, my whole life, people made fun of me for my weight, which unfortunately it happens, in middle school and high school. It was something that I just looked at myself in the mirror and didn't realize that there are other types of bodies in this world. And it's just about being that best version of you. So again, when I started noticing those results and I shared them with other people, people started noticing and asking what I was doing. And this is when my business all started with sharing that before and after photo. And, it was getting out of my comfort zone, but, my friends and family started to notice what I was doing. They asked about the products. And eventually when they started to try the products, I used to ask them, do you know someone that needs help like this? And then they would bring me referrals, which that's a really great way just to like broaden your horizon in the business and see what other people out there need your help. Because again, sometimes it's just looking through a different lens or borrowing someone else's eyes, because sometimes we can't see, that path that we're going to take or how we're going to accomplish those goals. So again, for me, it was really about, I really love social media, because not only was I in Israel, not really having my inner circle, a lot of my inner circle was not close to me, that I decided to really have this journey through social media and be able to try to connect with others and build this business to not only financially make myself more stable, but also to, help others really understand that if I can do this, which I never thought if I could do this, like that was when I had this awakening that I was like, if I can do something like this, anyone and everyone can do it too. So through this journey, I learned that people are always watching. And they're waiting for me sometimes to quit or to give up or to fail. So I really made it my mission to just show up, whether it's not a good day or it's a great day to be alive. I just always wanted to show up and try to be the best authentic version of me. And sharing this is what works for me to help others. And it really made me believe of what was possible. So when I started the business over 3 years, I've been able to really build my business on social media. And I'm not saying that this is the only avenue, but I just want to give you guys some of those tips and tricks that I learned. Of course, nothing is easy if it's something that you're going to accomplish. It has to have some of those struggles, but consistency is key. I am like so grateful to say that I'm in 20 international countries, which is such an honor to be able to have that kind of influence and to know people like pretty much all over the world. I mean, as you know, Herbalife, we can be in 94 plus countries. So I think that's incredible. And with my amazing downline, which includes some of you guys, which I'm just so honored to, watch us all grow and to be able to inspire one another. But I have over 100 distributors and preferred members below me. I also have a fourth line, which I think is just like, when I first started, as my little tree started to grow in the BizWorks, it's just where it is today. It's just I'm so proud to see people who have seen the vision like I have. And again, some of the people don't see it sometimes, and that's okay. They can borrow my eyes, like I've said before, but sometimes it takes time to figure out what is your path, what is your why, and what is that determination for you. So I'm super lucky to be able to work with you guys and to be able to show what is possible. And you guys inspire and motivate me just as much to have that passion. And we're just getting started. So just under 3 years, I've been super lucky to say that we have hit active world team this February. And it's, as you guys know, active world team is not something you can do alone. It takes your organization, it takes a team, it takes a tribe. And for me, most importantly, it took a family, because that was something that, again, remember, I felt really lonely. So to have the support of you guys and to have that, one person goal and like to be doing it together as a team really gave me that view of like, okay, yeah, there is family that's blood, but there's family that you get to choose. And I can just, keep talking about that nonstop, because it's truly something that is really giving me that passion to really be that leader of a massive organization. And that's truly my goal, is to set higher goals with all of you, to really be in this together, and to never feel that like, you know, one question is something dumb to ask. Like, never hesitate to ask. We're here to support. I've learned all of that. I've learned from other people. I'm not some genius that just woke up one day and figured out how everything goes. So I want to give you guys some tips of how I've grown my business on social media, like I said before. And I think before even starting there, it's always listening to your customers. Like, from the first customer you get, whether it's friends or families, to a complete stranger, I think it's always about listening to what they are doing, what they have to say, what their purpose is, where they want to go. I mean, I love that Herbalife literally gives us everything you can ask for to like really start up our business. And one of the things that really inspired me was like, there's a follow-up, and I can send this to Simona or I'll send it in the group chat, but it's just a simple follow-up of like what to ask your customer on week 1, what to ask your customer on week 2, week 3, and so on. And that was really where I started like to figure out what to ask, how to listen. And this is something where I just kind of wanted to make sure that everyone was following their plan and achieving the steps that we set together to get closer to those goals. Because we all know if we're not getting closer to those goals, that's when we start getting a little bit frustrated or annoyed by the situation. So I just really think that the key is listening and knowing more about their life. Just like a recent example, I had a customer, her name is Bridget. She reached out to me because she kept falling asleep on her work chair at 4 p.m. And she was like, Taylor, I really need help just getting more energy. And I was like, no problem. Like, tell me what you're eating throughout the day. Tell me your goal. What do you want to do in the afternoon? How are you moving your body? And from here to there, she was really leading by example and really found her energy. Like, she is no longer napping on that chair. And we keep such a close relationship because, again, you can try so hard, but it's a two-way street. And if she doesn't follow up with me and tell me what's going on, I can't help her. And I definitely make sure to voice that to my customers because, you know, she's one of those people. Every single Monday, she sends me all of her, wins for the week, what she didn't end up, getting to, the goals that she sets for the new week. Even if it's something she failed, she looks at it as a positive way of how she can enforce it into the next week. And that's when we were doing these weekly check-ins, this is when I figured out that she needed to hear the opportunity of becoming an Herbalife distributor, because she messaged me one time. She's been going to school and she has a very demanding job, AKA that's why she was napping in the afternoon. And she told me that she asked her boss for less hours so that she could pick up another class at school. And her company said that they no longer offer less hours. And I kind of related to her in a way that I was like, I'm sorry that you can't have that flexibility with your time. That's like something that I'm so grateful for, being an Herbalife distributor, that I am able to be flexible with my time and my finances and everything that I do. And so when I started to open the door to her about what I do as a distributor, I've always told her about what I do, but I always tell people it's no pressure. My job is to open those doors for you and for you to just have that opportunity when it is set for you. I mean, we all have our moments to shine. As much as I wish this opportunity came to me sooner, we all have a moment for everything. So that's just something that when I told her about time flexibility and being able to have better finances, she was like, you know what, I'm in. And she is a new distributor now. She is a senior consultant and she is working her cute little booty off. And, it's just one of those things. I know, right? Go Bridget. But it's just one of those things that it's always keeping your ears and eyes open and, giving people that extra love. And if someone doesn't respond to you, never to take it personally, but also to still follow up anyway. And always looking for new people, because again, if I've looked for this for so long, I'm sure there's many others out there. And that's always been my motto in the back of my head to whatever I'm doing. So I definitely want to tell you guys about a few daily methods of operation that I use on social media. And it's something that you guys can kind of explore with. Again, you're going to find your purpose, but it's really about us working together and figuring out what works for each other and sharing, those different opportunities. So I always make sure to post on my story about how the products are helping me. It doesn't need to be salesy. It's just showing my daily life, because yes, I cannot imagine a morning without my shake. And there's reasons for that. I never had like the, what's the word? I just never had like the attractiveness to eat breakfast in the morning. And I would hold myself off all day until like I really got hungry. So the shake was something that really just gave me all the nutrients that I need to feel that best version of me. And it was amazing the difference I felt. And so that's why I think, you know, just sharing my experience, also opening the door to being a distributor. I mean, there's so many days where I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, people are having to rush to work right now. Or, you know, it's pouring rain outside. And I'm so lucky that I can be at home and to be, you know, still involved with my business and manage my time wisely. But I just feel so lucky not to have to commute to work anymore, or, you know, maybe deal with people that I don't want to work with. And so thank goodness I have so many amazing people that I get to work with. And that's why I just think, you know, managing that flexibility and sharing it with other people and opening their eyes is a great way to do so. And also having calls like this and sharing different experiences just kind of shows what is available to you, and then having that confidence to make that first step. So daily posts on stories, daily posts on post, or doing a reel. It doesn't have to be something always about the products. I do mix my lifestyle in with that to help attract new customers, because sometimes people aren't going to always want to jump on my page because I'm posting a shake every day. Some people are like, oh, your cute little cat or dog or what have you, attracts them to my page. So I just think it's a great way to start a conversation, and making sure that you're paying attention to who is following you, you know, making sure who comments, who's watching your stories, who's liking your posts, who's following up, not only to reciprocate that action to them and like engage with them, but also making sure that you have that presence to be able to say, hey, thanks so much for liking my post. Like, how's your day going? You know, or, oh, hey, I saw you saw my story. Can you believe that happened? Or, you know, just starting that conversation. And I think I really learned this during COVID because, and, you know, living in a different country, because I was a little bit on the lonelier side. So it made me realize that I did like having that conversation with people. I did like opening up with them and just having this, you know, authentic conversation and just wanting to help and love on them. So I think, like, you know, just reaching out, like I said, authentically, or, you know, just like from your heart and just starting a conversation is a great way to start that. I did keep a list of people that I talked to just for my own reminder, because yeah, sometimes your inbox gets a little flooded and it's a little hard to manage everything. So writing those people down of like, you know, oh, this person I want to follow up with next week, or just see how they're doing. Maybe they shared a struggle that I want to just, you know, make sure that their week is going okay, or if there's something I can do to brighten their day, because, you know, connecting with them, you would be amazed of how many people don't get that experience from others. And that's what I think social media is all about. It's about being social. It's about creating that, you know, community with each other. It's about having that relationship I can build with my followers, because they're not just followers to me. It's something that I want to create that family, and always remind them that I can support them with what they're doing in life. It doesn't have to be specifically about Herbalife nutrition, but as those avenues have unfolded, I've realized that some people don't have breakfast in the morning. And I'm like, oh, well, no wonder you're so tired lately, girlfriend. Like, you need to have some energy. Like, let me just share with you what I use, and you have the opportunity, reach out to me anytime. And after I share the products with them, I'm not going to just like ghost them and not talk to them. I still follow up with them. I still talk with them. And that's why I think, you know, you're really able to figure out what people need and what people are lacking in all of those situations, because we're all in this together, really, and we all can really relate to one another. So having that connection, somehow introducing the products, like I said about breakfast, you know, if someone's tired or what they're using after their workout, I always find a way to present the products and the business opportunity, because again, it absolutely changed my life, and I will never be selfish again to not share it with other people. So, you know, that's just something. Oh, and I wanted to mention that recently someone was saying how they just hate Mondays. And I was like, dude, I used to hate Mondays too. Like, literally when I had to go to work and, you know, Sunday came around, I started to think about that Monday and I just hated it. So it's just those small things like having a boss, having a schedule, those kind of things that kind of open people's eyes. And again, it's not a bad thing. We all have, like, I used to have a boss. I used to have a schedule. I used to commute to work. Do I miss it? Absolutely not. And maybe some people will always have that in their mind because they want to do it and maybe they love what they do, and that's incredible. Some people maybe are hiding it or feel that they have to do it just to make ends meet or, to pay their bills every month. So just remember, we're all in this different wavelength of life, and it's just always to just give that extra love and open those doors. Like I love to say, having those doors open gives you more options in life. And that's just why I'm so grateful that that door was open for me in the right time, in the right moment. So another thing I like to do on social media is hashtags, which is really interesting. I found this little avenue at one point because I was like, oh, hashtags, interesting. You click the hashtag and then there's most popular, recent, and then you go to the recent and you see people that are posting in this hashtag, let's say coffee shop lovers, energy drink lover, or just did my workout, or workout time, all these different kind of hashtags. I would go to those specific hashtags and I would actually see the people posting, like and comment their photo, go to their page, follow them, send them a message. Hey, I saw you did your workout. Great job. What goal are you working towards? I actually have another coach. She was running around in our backyard in a circle. And I told her wow, great job. You're doing awesome. May I ask, why what your exercise purpose is? And she's like, I'm trying to lose weight. And I said, that's amazing. What are you doing? And she was like, well, I just started running around in my yard. I don't really know what I'm doing. And I said, hey, why don't you join my 21-day challenge? I'm doing them every month. It's a lot of fun. Maybe you'll like it. And she kind of was like, I'm not sure. I'm kind of like an introvert and I don't really know what to do. And I said, girl, even if so, I have a 30-day money back guarantee. I promise you're going to love every second. Just join me, and having that confidence to say I'm here to support you and I have all those resources. I've been where you've been, and just give me a chance to kind of lead the way is a great way. Don't get me wrong. Someone might say, heck no. And some people might be like, just like my distributor, Emily, she was like, you know what? Sure, I'll give it a shot. She was open to the opportunity. It was the right moment, the right time. And I always love to say, if someone tells you no, you're just talking to the wrong person. So my goal every day is to reach out to 10 to 15 new people. Again, that's new people. Don't think that they all answer me. Okay. Some people don't answer me. That's totally fine. I'm like, no problem. I still sometimes will message them, once a month just to see if I get a response. If not, move on. Again, always having a new method of daily operation for yourself. 3 DMOs every day. That's the daily method of operation we always try to shoot for. And I think just, don't overwhelm yourself, perfect yourself in what you're doing, and just explore. Don't be afraid to jump out of your comfort zone or to start a new conversation, because, this is something how you'll just be able to really see what is working and what is not working, and just being able to really just grow from that and learn and overcome it. So another thing, besides social media, which I wanted to put this in here because not all of us do that, which is totally fine. But if you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend, is just sampling people in person, asking for referrals, those kind of things. Don't be afraid to ask. It's just, a question. And I think it's so fun surprising people with the products. It's just I said to one of my new coaches, I was like, dude, imagine if you were sitting at work and someone walked in with the Starbucks. I don't know about you guys, but I would be stoked about getting a free coffee just for chilling inside my office and having a boost to my day. So I really incorporate a shake or a mega tea, snacks even. I always shout out to Simona with her snacks on the go and shakes on the go. It's one of those things that I'm like, it's so simple to be able to have some fun with it and just to be able to hey, I want to brighten your day. Start a conversation. A lot of them, it's simple as if you give them the little shake packet or maybe a mega tea kit, and you're like, hey, go try to make this at home. Can I have your phone number so I can send you the video of how to make it? So simple, right? No big deal. Or, hey, here's a shake, enjoy. Wait a second, can I connect with you on social media? And then they can see your stories and what you're doing and be more inspired and motivated. So it's just about just being out there. And believe it or not, every time you get out of your comfort zone and try it, it just gets more exciting. I was at a pizza night party recently, and one of my girlfriends was like, what is Herbalife? What is this? Blah, blah, blah. I brought her a shake and a tea, and the next day she tried it and she's texting me all day. Oh my goodness, I feel amazing. I said, great, text me how you feel in the afternoon. Girl, I'm still full. No problem. Have your lunch, and now you're not going to be hangry, and you're going to enjoy every second. But what's this energy? I don't get. I feel so energized, and that's what gives me the excitement to continue doing that. Don't get me wrong. There's some people that maybe not respond to you, might not get back to you. Again, if you put in your mind that, okay, it's just not their time to shine, that's no problem. Still love on them, still give them that opportunity. But you're just on to the next person that needs your help, because there's always someone out there that needs your help. Another goal of mine is to start hosting monthly parties at my house. My excuse has been that I just don't have the room for it. And I have this perfect picture in my mind of how I want to host it. But I have been reaching out to some people here in our village to see if I can just use their house or their place to do so. So I think just doing like, a party with teas or shakes or the skincare, or just recently I saw a girl who just did one of those like learn how to dress cute, and they like hosted the party with the different snacks, pop-up table at a local gym, just different ways to just get yourself out there. And like I said before, try what works for you. So as you start to build your customers, your distributors, I always recommend new, grow wide and deep, and always be thinking about those people and figuring out, like I said, the worst thing that happens is someone says no. And if they say no, they're just not ready. And that's what's meant to be. So I've had, like I said, a few moments with negative people, but the reason why negativity never brings me down is because I really feel like I know what my why is. I really know I love what I do. I really love having so much fun with it and being flexible in my time and being able to talk to people all over the world. Like when I talk about Slovenia, people are like, what? Where's Slovenia? What? And they're like so confused. I'm like, you don't even know. I'm so excited to meet everybody over there. I adore them. They're just so awesome. And I would have never, ever found you guys if it wasn't for this opportunity. So I just think this is the best part about it all, is it really has changed my life, and I've been able to change other people's life, and just really to be able to inspire and motivate one another. It literally gives me the passion to wake up every single day, you guys. I'm telling you, it wasn't like this before. So I always just want to remind you guys to make sure you believe in yourself. Sometimes, we have those days that we don't, and that's okay. We're human, but just, put on that personal development podcast. Like they say, listen to Jim Rohn in the morning, Mark Hughes in the evening. You can swap them however you want. But really hone in and remember what your why is. If you remember, like, I remember myself, I was like, dude, I've struggled with my weight since I was like 12 years old. I know I've been looking for these results. Like, it was blowing my mind that I was like 20 something. Now I'm like almost 29 now. But, when I started the opportunity, 27, I suck at math, but it's okay. 26. I was like, how I got this body now and not back in high school or middle school. So I always remind myself that if I've been looking for this opportunity for so many years, that I know so many others are looking for it too. And I just want you guys to know that, like, the financial freedom is amazing, but it's also remembering people need this in their life, and it's your job to be able to share what your experience is. And this is one of my favorite sayings that I've really said a lot lately, just because it's really amazing to say. Remember, if you try Herbalife and you quit, nothing changes, nothing. But if you try Herbalife and it goes well, everything changes. Like I'm telling you, it's a night and day difference for me. I used to close myself in the room, get depressed all day, get all depressed because I didn't do nothing. And, the whole cycle, as we know, we can dig ourselves a hole sometimes. Nowadays, I'm so passionate. I so love what I do. I wake up all the time feeling so grateful. And it's not only the products of feeling good, but it's also working on myself and surrounding myself with people like you in a great community. So my reminder to all of you guys is, one, we're all beautiful inside and out, okay? But two, to remember your why. Try to be 1% better every day and really believe in yourself. Stay positive. Don't judge yourself, and stay close to your coach or your coaches. We're really all in this together. We're really, truly capable of anything and everything as long as you set your mind to it. put those goals up on the wall. Don't be afraid to dream big. There's always going to be those small steps to get to those big goals. And, you know, I just want you guys to have that extra confidence in yourself that if I can do it, sure as hell all of you can. So thank you so much for listening to my story. I hope this just gave you guys those extra tools to just kind of be that best version of you. And don't forget, if someone tells you no, you're just talking to the wrong person. You know, trying to be that best version of yourself and asking the right questions. And when you get the advice, putting it into action. If it doesn't work for you, try to find something new and to relate to one another. I mean, it was just one of those moments where I was like, wow, active world team. It means that when I first started and I got my first distributor and they first hit supervisor, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But to have a team, a collective team and community that has done it together. And that's what was so beautiful. Like, and it gets me tears just thinking about it. It's like, that's what's so beautiful about this is, you know, when you hit active world team, it's not just about you anymore. It's about how you're able to bring other people into the opportunity and for them to be able to grow and to see that vision. And if they don't see that vision, to borrow my eyes, because again, I don't think anyone has a special qualification. When you go into a corporate job, yeah, you might need to have a certain degree and a certain, you know, experience and all of that stuff. But with Herbalife, you are open and available to anything and everything, and you never need to compare yourself to other people. You need to just have that team, you know, to be open to new people, to open to people that maybe aren't in the right moment, but they might be in the right moment. Because Simona wasn't thinking of the business opportunity when I first met her, but I saw those, you know, different kind of, you know, things in her that I was like, this opportunity could change her life too. And, you know, when I got the courage to tell her about it, you know, it was something that she was like, no. And I was like, girl, I'm telling you, you literally do everything that I do and you're amazing and you've gotten results. Like, believe in yourself. And when you start to understand what is possible, that's when you're going to be able to make those steps. So it's just, I can never say it enough. It's truly an honor. And I'm so grateful to be able to do it with you guys. Because again, Active World Team to me is nothing about me. It's about how we've been able to work together and to help so many other people. And I'm so excited for more of you guys to experience this, because as we make those steps closer, we're becoming a larger leading team of, you know, a massive organization. And I think that's what is so beautiful, is bringing us all together and just being able to shine bright like we deserve. So that's really where it will never get old to me. And when we start hitting cuts of get and going up to Prez team, I'm just going to be like sitting at the table with all of you. And we're going to be like looking back like, yeah, we've had those moments, and we're going to all laugh at the funny things and the weird things and the good things. But as long as we stick together and remember that end vision and that goal, even when we're down, sticking together and close to the fire, we can accomplish anything and everything. So thank you again for giving me this opportunity to, again, give you guys my vision and for you to understand that if I can do it, you can too. I love you all so much. Have an amazing evening. And don't forget to chat to us. I can't wait to follow up with you all very soon. Bye, cutie.